Hi, this is Adrian Duncan, and I'm going to speak a little bit about how to make monthly sun signs. As I mentioned earlier, the way you do sun signs is you make an equal house horoscope. You put the appropriate sun sign on the first house, on the ascendant, and you look at the ruler of the sign, like Venus rules Taurus, Sun rules Leo, etc. And you follow the motions of the planets during the course of the period of time. This time we're going to look at the months. So what you need when you're looking at the months, you need to have an overview of the important astrological events during the month. You have to know, are there any planets changing sign? This is really a big deal. Are there any planets moving direct or retrograde? What are the most important planetary aspects? Are there any outer planet aspects that are getting triggered by personal planets? And finally, you need to perhaps know whether new moons fall, whether full moons fall, or if it's a month where there's an eclipse, where the eclipses fall. So take a look at this. So this is the month of April. Normally I'll make two horoscopes for each sign for a month. I'll look at the new moon and the full moon, which are 2 weeks apart. And let's start with the 1st of April here. And you can see, in fact, that already on the 1st of April, the Sun is about to hit Uranus. It's also square Jupiter, and it's about to square Pluto as well. So for a Leo, which is ruled by the Sun, this is the very beginning of April is going to be crucial. But let's see how this develops during the course of the month. You can see the moon moving real fast here, and at some point we can see there's going to be a full moon. The moon's coming opposite the Sun. Let's have a look at that. This is the 14th of April, and the moon's already conjoining Mars here. And it's opposite Mercury, because what's happened is that since the beginning of the month, Mercury has actually moved into Aries, and now it's conjoining Uranus, square Pluto, square Jupiter, and opposite Mars. The moon's activating all that. So on this specific day, the 14th of April, the moon is going to activate the Mercury aspects that are happening. So any sign ruled by Mercury, which is Gemini and Virgo, this is going to be a really key day in the month of April. So we'll be picking it out as one of 3 themes for April. Let's have a look at that. So in the case of Gemini, you'll have Gemini on the ascendant there, and you'll be looking at Mercury, which is in Aries and in the 11th house. So this is going to be connected with friendships, groups, and some kind of unpredictable event, because Mercury conjoins Uranus and the moon activates it. There's an unpredictable event connected with friends and groups, although because the moon is in the 5th house, the solar 5th house for Gemini, anything can happen with children, in love affairs, but whatever it is, there's going to be a lot of electricity and a lot of sparks. So early on in April, actually, Mercury is probably in Pisces, and it's going to be trining Jupiter, so that would actually be a rather nice influence, and you might start writing something about it's good for long-term improvements in your finances and working conditions. Mercury trines Saturn as well. And then you get on to the 2nd week of April, where the full moon occurs, and here I write about a bewildering series of changes which can take place amongst your friends or in a group. So how is Gemini going to be in this particular circumstances? Mercury in Aries is incredibly undiplomatic, so it's just going to say what it wants to say, and conjunction Uranus is going to say it very impulsively, and square Pluto, it's going to really upset people. So what you need to do at this point, you need to perhaps warn Gemini about the kind of inappropriate behavior that might arise. So you could perhaps write something like, perhaps you're being a bit rash or ideological. Mercury, Pluto, very ideological. And you might write, but then your autonomy and freedom are so important to you. That's because Mercury conjoins Uranus. So avoid, if possible, getting involved in a war of words. That's the Mercury opposite Mars, the war of words. So that's what you might write for Gemini. Of course, for a sign like Taurus, it could be quite a different experience. Let's have a look at what we might say there. If we put Taurus on the ascendant, let's have a look. We can see that Venus is now in Pisces, and actually Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means it tends to bring out the very best of Taurus when Venus is in Pisces. It's in the 11th house as well, so the very best is also like a spirit of sacrifice and doing things for other people. So Venus or your Taurus might be sacrificing a little bit for friends, etc. But you can actually see here that Venus is going to trine Jupiter. It's a very, very beautiful aspect because Venus is exalted in Pisces and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. That trine is just magnificent. So for Taurus, the middle of April might be rather beautiful, apart from the fact that Mars is really messing things up. But the actual behavior of a Taurus at this time is likely to be incredibly encompassing, empathic, loving, and listening. So that's a couple of clues about how you might do the monthlies. I hope you enjoy reading my monthlies, and please subscribe. That way you'll also get next month and next year and next week and next day, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.